Hi there, Sandra here from Laser Love, and I'm using XTool Creative Space today to show you the text function. So we come over to the left and it's directly underneath the image importing. Click on that. Click on the work surface. Now the various options that you have to adjust your text are situated up here. If I click on this, I can change the text just by sliding over the options and choose something that I particularly want. I've got a lot of fonts here. The software actually automatically imports all the fonts that you have on your laptop or your computer. So everything that you are normally used to using, you should have access to here. And I'm going to delete that and I'm going to write something else. We have other things that we can do. So if a font has a different version, an italic version, for example, we can change it there. We have the text size, and then we have another range of options under more. This one here is leading, which will vary the gap between the rows if you were doing more than one line of text. We have the next one here, altering the spaces between the actual letters. And then we have the left justification, the right justification, and the middle justification. So those are options that you have, and you can obviously weld it as well. Now, welding is good for a text like this, where you've got overlapping pieces. It will join everything together so you can cut it out. If you're not cutting it and you are scoring it, you will still want to weld unless you want it to look somewhat weird. If you're engraving, you'll probably get away without it. So that's how it works. Now what I'm going to do is to just select this, and you'll notice there is this funny windscreen wiper option. And this gives you the option to bend into a circular shape, either down like that or indeed up like that. It just gives you that option, which is really handy if you're doing things like plaques or business cards or something where you have a circular thing that you might want to put your text around. So at the moment, I can still, even though this is now being adjusted, I can go to my fonts and I can adjust the font. I can still change it. The thing that will stop me from being able to change it is if I weld it. So I weld it and I lose that little symbol that tells me that I can adjust the diameter of this. If I then decide, I really don't like that, I have a choice of going to the undo button until it is back to some previous state. And then I can do it again. So I could change my font again, go for this one. I can then curve it again, like so, or curve it up like that even. And then you can set it to engrave or to cut or whatever it is that you want to do. So if I'm going to set this to engrave, more or less, so just so you can see it. If I was to engrave that, I might actually want to put a cut line around the outer edge of it, and I do that by using the outline function. I don't want an inner one particularly, but I do want an outside one. And if I make it a little bigger, there we go, that will do. Confirm that. So I could actually cut this out. I would need to make sure that is set to cut. And you can do it by selecting it, and don't forget on the object list you will have it here. The vector is the one that I want to cut out. You can also right click on that and change the color so you know that that is supposed to be a different type of object. If it's a different color, you can set a particular color of your choice to be your cut lines. I tend to use either black or red for cut lines, and other colours I use for various other options. So that's how you do it, and you can cut this one, set your parameters up, and just engrave the actual text. Very handy if you're doing plaques, if you're doing business cards, anything where you've got a circle that you might want to put text around, and it's easy to do. As I said, all your fonts will automatically appear in the software. And if you do weld something together and you don't want it welded any longer, just click on the undo button up here to get it back to what it was before. Okay, that's it. If you like this video, subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Take care now.